A lot of things that the black pastors didn't know was that Mr. Graham had helped Martin Luther King in many, many areas with regard to his imprisonment and paying of fines and that kind of thing, and encouragement along the way. It wasn't something Mr. Graham did for his own prominence and to get press interviews out of it, but it was something he did because of his concern for justice and his desire to help people, but he did it in his way.
From Eisenhower to Kennedy to Johnson and then Nixon, Billy worked closely with all these presidents, encouraging them to take steps to end racial segregation.
When they tried to integrate Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas, that was 1957. And President Eisenhower called me on the phone and he said, "Billy, did you see the picture in the paper this morning of the black man being kicked down on the street in Little Rock?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I did." He said, "I'm thinking we're going to have to send some troops in there to hold that down and to stop that." He said, "What do you think about it?" I said, "Well, I don't think you have any alternative." I said, "It can't go on like it's going now, and something dramatic has to take place."
Billy also offered to hold a crusade in the troubled city, but the local committee thought it would be impossible at that time. When the meetings did take place 2 years later, their impact would prove to be far-reaching.
Almost 50 years ago, my Sunday school teacher took me to Little Rock to hear Billy Graham's crusade. The schools were closed because of Little Rock Central High School integration crisis. The White Citizens Council in Little Rock tried to convince, even to pressure, Billy Graham and all of his people to preach to a segregated audience. And he told them that if they insisted on that, he would cancel the crusade and tell the whole world why. So here we were, with neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood in my state on the verge of violence, and yet tens of thousands of black and white Christians there together in a football stadium. And when he issued the call at the end of the message, thousands came down, holding hands, arm in arm, crying. It was the beginning of the end of the Old South in my home state. I will never forget it.